Ralf Rangnick will be involved in the decision to see who will be the new manager of Man United. So he will be part of the board also in this sense to suggest them the right name, to work together on long-term vision. So it's going to be very important his contribute to decide the next one. Let's remind guys about Mauricio Pochettino. He's always been the most appreciated by Manchester United board. He has really the skills that Man United think are perfect to be the next manager, but also Erik ten Hag is in the list, and he's another manager that for kind of mentality of Ralf Rangnick could be interesting.
Yes.
Brendan Rodgers has always been in the list. Hello guys, welcome back on the channel. Today I am with Francesco.
Ciao guys.
And we are together to talk about Ralf Rangnick, to bring you into Ralf Rangnick world. Who is the new manager of Manchester United? How will be his role? What happened in his past? So many things about Rangnick, many secrets of Rangnick life, players that he discovered, so many things to discuss together here on the channel. And let's start, guys, with the first point. What kind of role Ralf Rangnick will have as Manchester United manager? First of all, I want to say that he will be much more than an interim manager because he was not prepared to accept an interim role. As already said in another video, he was not happy with the first proposal of interim role. He wanted to be more than an interim and so to have a vision in the club. This is how Ralf Rangnick works, and this is why Manchester United offered him a 2-year deal for consultancy. So he will be part of the board. He will decide the new manager in the summer together with the board. So he will have a power also in the decisions like players, contracts, and many other things. So he will be 100% involved in Manchester United vision for the future. But of course, he will be the manager right now, and this is what Manchester United need.
He's not just a manager.
Yes.
He's also something else.
Yes, and I think it will be super interesting to see this kind of figure into English football, because it's going to be interesting to have a legend of German football like Ralf Rangnick into English football, into Premier League, his biggest dream.
Talking about what you are saying right now, he's not just a manager. He's a character that wants power. He wants to be part of this decision-making process, and that's why he didn't go to AC Milan, because we know he was super close, one step away. Just needed to sign the contract. Basically, was done. And then there was the COVID outbreak, the Serie A stopped, and Stefano Pioli did an amazing job at the club during that moment. And he was also the reason why character, an important legend of AC Milan like Tony Boban, decided to step down.
Because he wanted to decide on everything.
He wanted to be a main figure at AC Milan. So board members such as Boban, Maldini
was furious.
Maldini was
and we're
furious
talking
as well.
about Paolo Maldini.
Exactly. A legend of the club, the one that now is in charge of everything at the club. So that makes you understand that he's not just a manager. He thinks about all the areas of the club. So it will be interesting to see how this kind of figure will be integrated in Manchester United. That is for sure lacking at the moment of a figure like him.
And for sure, Man United will need to support Ralf Rangnick to have no problems with him in long-term vision.
Absolutely.
The third point, guys, is about the managers that he discovered, because Ralf Rangnick, as we said, is not just the manager himself. He's also working with people around him, and he did an incredible job in finding new managers that now are in Premier League, like Jurgen Klopp. If not the best in the world, among the best in the world. He's incredible, and his relationship with Rangnick is great. He also said in his press conference last time that with Ralf Rangnick the relationship is great, and it's going to be a problem for the other English clubs to have Rangnick in the Premier League. Thomas Tuchel is now considered an incredible manager after the fantastic job he did also with Chelsea, arriving last January. Also, Ralf Rangnick was offered the job as interim manager, and he said no. Then they decided to go for Thomas Tuchel, and look at what Thomas Tuchel did. But thanks to Ralf Rangnick, who was the man who started everything. Exactly. The mentor, he did the same also with Julian Nagelsmann, the youngest top manager in the world. He's doing great with Bayern, not the first experience at top level after Leipzig, so it's the first time in a top club, but he always says thanks to Ralf Rangnick, who started this process.
He was the first one to believe in him at Hoffenheim, then at Red Bull Leipzig, when Rangnick decided to become the manager, because he was also the sport director, decided to become the manager of the club, but the same day, 1 year before, he announced that Jurgen Nagelsmann was going to be the manager for the season after.
Imagine.
So he likes to plan.
When you say vision, it's
vision long term, Ralf Rangnick.
Yes.
So talking about Rangnick and his football style also on the pitch, he's one of the, I would say, most loving person in the world about pressing.
Yes.
He loves pressing. That's his kind of attitude on the field. And the GEGENPRESSING, the one of now Klopp is probably the master, the best one in the world to doing that. everything comes from Rangnick. That he has this passion. He also was on TV in the 90s speaking about pressing. That's something that always impressed him so much. So that's his on the football pitch. That's what will be the characterization of the club of Man United in next month.
And
hopefully for the club.
It's going to be super interesting, I think, also for the young players that Manchester United have to start this new idea together with the manager, like Ralf Rangnick, who is the creator, as you say, of this kind of pressing. So let's see how it works, but pressing will be the key word for Ralf Rangnick in particular
pressing,
as a manager.
Yeah. And also, I wouldn't say just pressing in the way on the football pitch, but also the attitude of the players. Always trying to get the ball as quick as possible, going, transitions, all this kind of
stuff. And after watching Man United with Liverpool, with Man City, with Leicester, and with Watford, I think they need this.
Yes, absolutely.
Next point, guys, is about the best players he discovered. We had to pick some of them.
It was very difficult to pick one.
Because with Red Bull Group, he did an incredible job finding top players around the world, and now we're mentioning players like Erling Haaland. We are speaking about the best number 9 in the world, together with Kylian Mbappé. But Erling Haaland in this moment, talking about young players, he's incredible. And this is thanks to Ralf Rangnick, who decided to sign him from Molde for Salzburg, and then he arrived to Borussia
About
Dortmund.
Haaland also, we always talk about the decision that Haaland made to go to Salzburg instead of Juventus. He had the possibility to go to Juventus, for example. He decided Salzburg also because there was a person and a project like the Red Bull one that was, of course, Rangnick was in charge. So that makes you understand why also the players want to go to this kind of clubs with Rangnick, because they know that there is like a plan for the future.
Process for the future. Yes.
Other
and then
players?
I wanted to mention Upamecano, that now is one of the best centre-backs in Europe, doing great with Bayern and with Nagelsmann, so it's always Rangnick. Naby Keita, midfielder of Liverpool, but also Roberto Firmino with Hoffenheim. He was amazing, and then he moved to Liverpool, and now he's doing great since years and years. And I want to end up with a surprising name. It's Manuel Neuer, that now he's not so young, but has been a legendary goalkeeper for 20 years, and this is thanks to Ralf Rangnick too.
Schalke. When they won at San Siro 5-2, one of the most incredible games when Stankovic scored from 50 meters. Ralf Rangnick was the manager of the Schalke that went to the semi-finals.
Yes, with Neuer as goalkeeper.
Let's talk also about what Ralf Rangnick can bring outside the pitch, because of course he thinks long term, he thinks about all the areas of the club, but what that does actually mean, he values a lot all the technologies that are around football. New technology. Of course, in places like Hoffenheim and Leipzig, there was a very much focus on this side. So he could do everything he wanted, basically. In Man United probably will be different.
You have a different pressure.
Different pressure, so it's totally different. But I want to make you an example. He invested a lot of money in new machines for trainings. Like one is called SOCCERBOT, that basically reproduce what happened during the games before. So basically players, they learn their mistakes actually with this kind of machine. So seems like a futuristic thing, something that it's not football, but that makes you understand that he thinks about football 24 hours per day. All the new technologies that can, in some ways, make the players better.
And
so that's one of them.
And he's in love with the details. He thinks that the details make the difference in football, and this is something that for top clubs like Man United is very, very important.
Absolutely.
And the final point, guys, is about the future manager of Man United, because I think we have two ways. One is to continue with Ralf Rangnick, and we can't exclude this way because at the moment he's been nominated as interim manager. So we have to say that Man United in 2022 will have a new manager starting from June, and this is the first way. But the second way is to continue with Rangnick if the results will be maybe great and maybe amazing. So we wish him all the best, but this is a way. The other one is to decide for another manager, the new face of Man United. Ralf Rangnick will be involved in the decision to see who will be the new manager of Man United. So he will be part of the board also in this sense, to suggest them the right name, to work together on long-term vision. So it's going to be very important his contribute to decide the next one. Let's remind guys about Mauricio Pochettino. He's always been the most appreciated by Manchester United board. He has really the skills that Man United think are perfect to be the next manager, but also Erik ten Hag is in the list, and he's another manager that for kind of mentality of Ralf Rangnick could be interesting. Brendan Rodgers has always been in the list. So they have few names. They will decide not in January, not in December, but maybe in April, in March. But keep an eye on this.
They need a manager that also can fit with the role of Rangnick for the future.
Exactly.
That will be important. And also, last thing I wanted to say is about his approach to Man United. I think will be super, super serious, more than any other interim manager, because the better he does in the next 6 months, the more power he will have in all the decisions for
Yes.
the next years.
And he was dreaming of this job. He always
Exactly.
had the dream of Premier League. He was talking with Tottenham during the last summer, and also Man United 3 years ago were interested in him. He always had this dream of Premier League football, and so now he has the chance as a manager. He has a role as future consultant of the board.
Yes.
So it's the biggest chance in the history and career of Ralf Rangnick.
We wish him good luck.
Of course, and let's see how it will end up with Man United. And so guys, remember to subscribe to the channel for more contents every single day, a new video. See you soon, Fra.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And as always, remember to comment. Let us know your thoughts on Rangnick. You think that Rangnick will do a top job and so will continue as the manager of Man United, or you see him more in the board suggesting for the future moves of the club? I wait for your opinion, guys, and turn on notification bell. Like this video. I wait for you. Subscribe to the channel. Ciao from Fabrizio and Francesco.
Ciao.